Hello and welcome. You're watching No Spin. For 22 years, the Congress has not had a contested election to its top post. Sonia Gandhi has been elected as president again and again from the year 2000. Now, for the first time in over 2 decades, the stage is set for a contest for the top job for India's crisis-hit lead opposition party. Moreover, the contest is at the moment between two non-Gandhis. First came the breaking news, which you heard first on NDTV, that Sonia Gandhi reportedly greenlit Shashi Tharoor, the Congress MP from Kerala, and an active proponent of breaking the Congress status quo, to throw his hat in the ring. Within hours came news that Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot will also contest. He will file his nomination in less than a week, it appears. The Congress top brass has been long pushing for Mr. Gehlot to take the top job. So will Gehlot be the so-called official candidate of the Congress, making it a one-sided election? Shashi Tharoor, who met Sonia Gandhi at her residence earlier today, was reportedly told that there will be no Gandhi-backed candidate and that it won't be a doctored election. Will that be the case or not is unclear. For now, what is clear is that Rahul Gandhi does not appear that he will run, even though Congress state unit after state unit have been passing resolutions asking Rahul Gandhi to be appointed as president. Sources telling NDTV that the Congress president was displeased at such efforts, claiming they have not been done at the Gandhis' behest. How it all plays out remains to be seen. But for now, it does appear that a non-Gandhi might be on his way or her way to the top of India's grand old party. All right, let's go across now to panel. Let's first start with Ashwini Kumar, former Congress leader and former minister. Ashwini Kumar, we have a fight on our hands at the top of the Congress. Two non-Gandhis. Who would have imagined it, Ashwini Kumar?
Well, it was quite obvious the moment it was held out that Mr. Rahul Gandhi would not be contesting. And for a few weeks now, that news had gained credibility. It was quite clear from day one that Mr. Ashok Gehlot would be the preferred candidate of the leadership. And it has turned out to be as much. It was also clear that in case there was a non-Gandhi in the field, there would be a contest. Right. And Mr. Shashi Tharoor has been wanting to contest an election for a very long time. But I want to make two critical points. The two critical points are that Mrs. Gandhi has shown once again that all the aces are in her hands by not only giving a green signal to Shashi to contest, but I am sure, knowing her as I do, she would have positively encouraged him to contest. She has demonstrated that anybody who contests against someone who has the support of the establishment will be a non-starter. And that is how this election is going to turn out to be. I wish Shashi the very best. He is a very capable person and has a right to contest, and he has positioned himself. But for the future, the election result is a foregone.
You're saying this is just hold on a second. This is important. You're saying this is because the indications that we were told, via sources close to Shashi Tharoor, is that he was told there will be no Gandhi-endorsed or official endorsed candidate. This won't be a quote-unquote doctored election. But you're saying this is a no contest.
No, it is a no contest. And I'm not saying it is a doctored election. I'm not saying that what Mrs. Gandhi told him, that it will not be an official endorsement by the Congress party. I have no reason to disbelieve her. But the fact is obvious. Ashok is a known Gandhi family loyalist. Right. Shashi is in the dissident ranks. Okay. There is absolutely no question that Ashok Gehlot will not only win, but will win handsomely.
Well, what about... Okay, I want to just ask you tonight what someone like you, because you're among several Congress leaders who left unhappy with the way the party was being run, and especially with this idea that there's a kind of, it is almost a kind of a monopoly over who gets to lead the party. Tonight, as you see this news, do you have any regrets? Maybe you should have stuck around, and who knows, Ashwini Kumar, you could have thrown your hat in the ring.
No, I never had any illusions about the fate of elections in the Congress party. I've been in it for far too long.
Okay.
Look, the shadow of the Gandhis loom large, larger than ever before, and maybe they have won that. So therefore, as long as the electoral college itself is a nominated college, where is the question of an election as in an election? However, it's a good beginning. I do hope that whoever wins will be able to Jodo Congress, strengthen Congress, because a strong Congress is the need of the hour. But I would like to make one point at the risk of repetition. Mrs. Gandhi has once again proved that she is the most astute leader and politician in the Congress party. She has, in a way, legitimized the results she would want by ensuring an election, and yet showing contestants their place when it comes to people having her support is concerned.
All right. Okay. Interesting. Ashwini Kumar, thank you all so much. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Let's now open it up to panel. We have with us Rohan Gupta, spokesperson of the Congress, is here with us. Sanjay Jha, political analyst earlier with the Congress, is with us. PKD Nambiar, political analyst, supports the BJP. And last but not least, Neerja Chaudhary, senior journalist. Rohan Gupta, what do you make of what Ashwini Kumar said? He said, smart move by Sonia Gandhi. And frankly, this is a big headline. Let's not minimize that you actually are going to have a contest. It will be between two non-Gandhis, at least for now. But at the end of the day, Ashwini Kumar says this is going to be a one-sided election. Foregone conclusion.
First they were questioning whether there will be elections. Then they were questioning whether non-Gandhi can fight the election. Then they were questioning whether there will be contest. I think so. We don't want to answer these questions anymore. It's in front of you. We are the only party which is now going to hold, democratically have democratic elections in Indian politics. You tell me which other party, whether BJP or any other party, can dare to hold these kind of elections? No. And everybody is open. Everybody is welcome to fight the elections. There is absolutely no barrier for anybody not to fight the election. So I think
Rohan, barrier in the sense, yes. I mean, technically, no barrier. But as Ashwini Kumar was saying, everybody knows Ashok Gehlot is the Gandhi Parivar loyalist. He is, quote unquote, unofficially or of this thing, officially the official candidate. And so it's going to be one-sided.
See, that's the point here. Who is going to vote? The delegates, the AICC delegates, they are going to vote, right? And it's not that 1, 2, 3 delegates. It is thousands of delegates across India. Right. They are the leaders. They are the workers who have worked for party for so many years. I think you should respect their wisdom, right? When we are holding the elections, I think you should give this much of credit to us or positive to us, because this is the party.
Because this is on the screen. On the screen, we have the figures. Last time when there was a contest, Sonia Gandhi fought against late Jitendra Prasada. She got 7,450 votes almost. He got 94. So, I think, but...
So, the point here is we cannot promise you that, yes, the elections will be a nail-biting finish. And
no, I know. I was just reading out a statistic. Okay. But come on. Okay, PKD Nambiar, today, on a day like this, PKD Nambiar, you're already smiling. One of your fellow members of your state is contesting. Would you say that would you praise the Congress tonight to say, look, at least this is one political party that for whatever it's worth is finally holding an election and there's no Gandhi so far?
Well, I know Shashi Tharoor pretty well, and I think he is definitely one of a kind of a politician. He is a 3 times MP and a global face in a way. It is not I would call it like he is a global citizen. He always hold an Indian passport, despite he was a UN Under Secretary General for several decades, but he was always holded an Indian passport.
That's a lot of praise. That's a lot of. I don't think I've heard you praise anybody in the Congress as much.
No, but I'm only saying my only apprehension here is that a face like Shashi Tharoor, I would say that it's too difficult for a Congress and Gandhi family he's not a slave. He is not somebody who will just stand up when they come out and
but hold on.
Obeying for anything and everything.
But PKD, the point is that is a separate issue. The point, as Rohan Gupta is saying, is name one party which is holding elections like this. Let's start with the BJP, since you support them. When is the last time the BJP held an election for president?
Every 3 years, BJP
Election.
May
Election.
May I? I think the people who don't understand a particular political party, there are two political parties in this country, not only just BJP and the CPIM and the CPI, the left parties and the
Okay,
the
but BJP.
Both, even including the BJP, they have internal election, and the election did not require to. If there is a conflict between two leaders, or if there is a requirement of an election, they will do it. Otherwise, you tell me in the last.
But how is that an election? PKD, how is that an election?
Srinivasan, can I just complete my statement? In the last 3 decades, how many BJP presidents, and in the last 3 decades, how many Congress presidents? That says it all. Every
that's
time Amit Shah, that says it all.
That wasn't my question, but anyway, coming back to.
I can tell you, Rajnath. So I think let's talk about the Congress.
Okay. Let's. No. But I think it's interesting that Sanjay Jha, that for a change, the Congress can turn around and say, I mean, you all of you have been, including you, have been critical. You say it's all family, it's all internal, no democracy. Now they're saying elections. Gehlot, Shashi Tharoor, who knows who else?
Vasu, I think, the Congress really seems to be getting its act together, better late than never. I wouldn't be very scornful or dismissive or cynical about the Congress internal election. I'll tell you why this kills many of birds with one stone. Number one, it is and you rightly pointed out, and that's a real pertinent issue today. This is a contest between two non-Gandhis, which I think is significant. Now, Vasu, is easy to say, and it's probably was expected that the Gandhi family would have someone they preferred as opposed to somebody who was just contesting like maybe Shashi. And I think that's fair enough. I mean, at the end of the day, Shashi still has an opportunity to try and, kind of revitalize conversations within the party. And even I agree to a great extent with what Mr. Ashwini Kumar said. If Mr. Gehlot is going to win the elections, it will still be a contest. It won't be a cakewalk. Although definitely he'll be a front runner. And this is the kind of
You don't think it'll be a cakewalk? You don't think it'll be a cakewalk?
So. No, Vasu, please keep one thing in mind. Shashi is popular within the party, not just with the urban crowd in India or the young and the English-speaking elite as people think so. He's very popular among the Congress party workers. And I think, think about the way the campaign will be fought. I mean, it will be done on social media. They will address all their members of the Electoral College. There will be a lot of excitement over this contest. And the second point, which is very critical, Vasu, is that now I think Sachin Pilot, who I think has been not handled very effectively for a long time, probably ought to be the candidate to become the Rajasthan Chief Minister. I think there will be a lot of dynamics within the party, mostly positive. And if the Bharat Jodo Yatra kind of adds to the momentum, the Congress seems to be capturing the narrative at last.
Nija, I actually wanted to ask you about that last point, that because Ashok Gehlot was clearly resisting throwing his hat in the ring because he'd have to give up that post in Rajasthan to Sachin Pilot. Now he has. Do you think, two things. One, do you think that this was triggered by the fact that Shashi Tharoor finally got the green light? The news breaks within, a matter of hours, Gehlot also makes his announcement. So was that the trigger? And two, is it now inevitable that Pilot will take over in Rajasthan?
Look, to answer your second question first,
yes.
I hope to us it looks, a good thing to do. They'll have laddus in both hands. The experience of Gehlot in Delhi, national level, and a younger face, a break from the past, and somebody who worked very hard to put the party in government last time and deserves to be given that chance. So I think the critical thing will be, Vasu, will Gehlot get a free hand in Delhi? And will Sachin Pilot also get a free hand in Jaipur? Now, just one thing I want to say, it's a good move for Shashi Tharoor to contest because he has an appeal amongst middle class, younger people, professionals, south of India. And Gehlot is a really old hand. He knows India. He knows the Congress system. He is trusted by the Gandhi family. And in some way will be a bridge with the Gandhi family, because you cannot run the Congress without the Gandhi family being involved.
Right.
So somewhere Gehlot brings and he's an OBC. OBC is the flavor of the season.
Right.
So he brings many things to the table. But I would say good move to have a context, but a bad move for Shashi Tharoor to go to Sonia Gandhi and seek her permission. Because that gives an impression that it is Sonia Gandhi who's calling the shots still. And if you're going in for a contest, it would have been better if he had, done it off his own bat, and others can also throw their hat in the ring.
Right.
Then it becomes a true contest.
Interesting point. PKD, I'll come to you in a second, but Rohan, just to get you in on that, and this is something that we heard Ashwini Kumar saying as well, that a Gandhi may not be contesting, but the Gandhi still very much will be calling the shots. What is going to be Rahul Gandhi's role? If, let's say, tomorrow Ashok Gehlot or Shashi Tharoor wins, what will Rahul Gandhi's role be? Will it be backseat driving?
No, absolutely not. It is a it is going to be democratically held elections, and the person who is going to win, he'll be president. He'll obviously take his decisions. Point here is
what will Rahul's role be?
See, Rahul's role will be, he is fighting a long-term battle and ideological battle. He is on Bharat Jodo Yatra. When the elections will be over, he'll be on the Yatra at the same time. See, Srinivas, if Mr. Rahul Gandhi wants to become president, nobody can stop him, because he is the face, like all PCCs, all leaders want him to be there. But obviously, his idea is different. He wants to serve party as a worker. He wants to lead a long-term battle. For him, what is more important is people's issue.
Will he be the face?
Otherwise, you give me example of one leader who can even dare to hold Yatra of 3,000 kilometers. It's not a joke. You require
will he be the face? I mean, even if he is not contesting, who will be the Congress face in 2024? Will it be Rahul?
You have to see. See, again, when the elections are over, there is a time, maybe more than 1 year is there. We have to see how the things go. But at the right time, the point where we are discussing, let us discuss about Congress president, the discussions which were there, that it is just a drama, elections are just a show-off thing.
Okay.
No, that thing is over.
Okay.
Non-Gandhis are fighting the elections.
Okay.
I think that is a big win for Congress party, and a clear-cut message to all the political parties in India that we are the only democratic party within the party and outside party.
Okay. PKD, does this take away BJP was targeting dynasty Rahul Gandhi. Now that whole thing has gone, collapsed. What will BJP now do?
Well, that may not be the
election.
Huh?
Well, that may not be true. The reason being, if Ashok Gehlot, he has unlike the Shashi Tharoor, who came out and said that he would like to have a strong contest and the democratic contest within the Congress, and that will be in the interest of the Congress. But in the case of Ashok Gehlot, even as we speak, he has not confirmed himself to be a candidate. He would like to, ideally wanted to remain as its chief minister of.
No. It's confirmed. PKD, he is filing nomination. He's filing nomination. That's confirmed.
One second. What I'm saying is that he is confirming only because of as a candidate of a particular family. So in other words, he is a representative of Gandhi family, and we all remember that the Sitaram Kesari, what happened to Sitaram Kesari, and nobody even as a Congress president, don't even, his photos are not.
Your targeting of Rahul, the attack on Rahul, does this diffuse that? Does this take away that plank for you?
I'll just complete my statement, Srinivasan. What all I'm saying, Rahul Gandhi as a political brand or a political leader has been, I think, in my business, that is in advertising and marketing, we say that you launch a product once, you relaunch a product once again.
Yes.
Maybe you try to polish it again and launch it.
But Baba, I'm saying now that is
the one brand he has been launched.
That plank is gone. I'm saying that isn't that plank no longer. Anyway, let me move on. Sanjay Jha. Sanjay, is there going to be kind of remote controlling by the Gandhis? Is there a fear?
Of course.
No, 1 second. I'm asking Sanjay Jha. Hold on, PKD, one second.
Okay.
Sanjay Jha.
Yes. I do believe, Vasu, good question. This is going to be a win-win for the Congress. And let me tell you what my assessment is. You will have Mr. Gehlot, a non-Gandhi, and you're absolutely correct. This will take away all the criticism of the dynasty, having a stranglehold on the Congress. Very ironical that the Congress hasn't told Prime Minister Narendra Modi that he's got two Gandhis in the BJP, which happens to be Varun and Maneka Gandhi. So, the BJP is very rich.
No, but what about the remote control?
Yeah, and let me answer that. I do see that Priyanka Gandhi will probably assume a significant role as a general secretary or a working president kind of a role. I don't think the Gandhis would like to have some kind of a sleight of hand or, one of those opaque accusations of, doing anything by subterfuge. It will be probably a more empowered role as a general secretary or as a working president for Priyanka. That could be a possibility. But if Sachin becomes the chief minister of Rajasthan and Mr. Gehlot has got some certain advantages, why not? This is exactly what people like me have been pushing for a long time. It's a step in the right direction.
Neerja, will there be this fear of this remote control wielded by the Gandhis?
Look, there is the fear of the remote control, but you cannot do without the Gandhis, the Congress as it is structured today. So you have to include them and yet not have that remote control. It's a fine line. And that will depend a lot on Ashok Gehlot's skill, which I think he has the huge experience politically and administratively to be able to give that impression. So I think they have to take everybody along.
But one thing
So basically, it seems, Neerja, like we are accepting that it'll be Gehlot. I mean, that's a kind of almost a given. Is that
beyond Rajasthan? Nobody knows Gehlot. Beyond Rajasthan, nobody knows Gehlot.
One second, PKD. Yes, Neerja.
The way the Congress is structured, the official candidate is likely to.
Okay.
It's a given.
Okay, so Rohan, this remote control worry? Gandhis?
I am. You know what? I feel that all the BJP spokespersons, they will require now a training session that how to handle future debates because they are not able to come out of the past. And important thing is, yes, this is Congress party. You can keep on questioning us. First election, then non-Gandhi, then now it will be remote control. So you keep on guessing. We are going ahead. We are fighting for the people. We are fighting for the cause of people, whether Bharat Jodo or new president. Congress is jubilant and you will see new
Okay, but Sanjay, last question to you.
And Mr. Nambiar, if required, you should become Congress member and vote for Mr. our candidate, your candidate.
That's not a bad idea, PKD. You can become Congress member for a day. Vote for Shashi Tharoor and resign.
No, we don't allow those kind of members like BJP. For us, people
the most interesting part in Congress is that all the people, the entire electoral collegium which is going to vote.
Okay, everyone's talking. I need to just ask Sanjay last question. One second. Okay, one second, gentlemen. One second. Sanjay, I asked Ashwini Kumar this as well. Any regret that you jumped off the boat? You could have stuck around with all this going on?
Well, Vasu, frankly speaking, I haven't quit from the party at all. And can I be very honest with you? Let me share this with you very publicly.
Very quickly,
I probably have been having... No, I have been having more animated conversations with people in the Congress since I got suspended. Okay. So we'll see how this plays out in the weeks ahead.
All right. Interesting times. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you. Good night.